Hey Libra, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing your second half of October 11 separation. I know it's a little late, but we do still have some events happening this week. We're in Scorpio season, and on the 27th, which is today, there's a new moon in Scorpio. So that's going to be for new intense beginnings, okay? New beginnings always bring with the new moon, but in the sign of Scorpio, why that's going to be pretty intense. So, and on the 31st, of course, Mercury is retrograding into Scorpio. So we have a like sort of a trine. You know, we have a sun in Scorpio season, we have moon in Scorpio, and then Mercury's going to be in Scorpio by the 31st. So that should prove to be a pretty interesting week. So cross watchers, come on in and let's see if we can get Libra a good read. Wanted to say thank you to all the subscribers. I appreciate you guys, all your support, your comments, your likes, your shares. You guys have been fabulous and I sure appreciate you. Libra, you are putting down some burdens. You've called it. You're not carrying those burdens anymore. Someone's judgment also has placed you in a position of carrying burdens. But you were cutting that out. You're being very logical at how to unload these burdens, which is a good thing. And you're going to go forward. You're going to put these wands down and you're going to go forward with what you need to do. You could be dealing with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So you've been holding back, but now you're ready to move forward. Bottom of the deck, we have Three of Coins, Three of Pentacles, planning for the future. You could be dealing with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So if you're new to the channel, it's one for you, one for your partner. Your blocks, their blocks, the blocks between. How do they feel about you and a potential final outcome? And bear in mind, these energies are fluid, so if you need to switch the roles, switch them. Libra, you have the Ace of Wands, moving forward, new beginnings. And your partner has the Ten of Swords, so you could be dealing with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or this could be you. Betrayal. So you could be moving forward after betrayal. I think at one time, Libra, here you are, Queen of Swords. I think at one point here, Libra, you found yourself in a position in which you thought something was going to be very abundant. You thought it was going to be a long term. There was going to be building. There was going to be children. You know, the whole 9 yards. But there was some confusion introduced into the scenario. And it put you in a position, Libra, in which you had to act fast. You had to say, you know what? No more of this. I'm done. And that could be as a result of betrayal, and that could be why there's new beginning. There's moving forward, planning for your own future, moving forward. So let's see what the blocks are for your partner. Your partner has the burdens, Ten of Swords, lots of tens, endings and new beginnings. Your partner has burdens, okay? There's deception, rejection. I think as a result of whatever burdens your partner had, whether it be financial or, emotional burdens, life burdens, what have you, your partner acted in a deceptive way in order to unload those burdens. And although they're sad that this relationship ended, they don't seem to be taking any responsibility for their actions. So Let's see what the blocks between the two of you are. Okay, so there's a few things here. We have truth. We have new beginnings. We have not new beginnings, not knowing which direction to go in exactly. We have 10 of Pentacles, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. So, King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So, I think that you're working toward a person who's more suited for you. You're a queen, here's a king. So, you could be going toward a fellow air sign, or you could have found your match. So, something ended. It was pretty bad. You had to act fast. There was betrayal. You're on a new path. You received some truth that you didn't want to receive, which made you go on your own path. But you weren't sure which direction to go in. And fortunately enough for you, you went straight into building, moving forward, legacies with a person who was your match. So we have forward movement. If this isn't currently happening for you, then it will be happening for you in the future. Excuse me. Okay. So, you're moving towards someone else who is your match. You were in a position in which you had to act fast. You're on a new path. This partner here that you were with before deceived you. They felt like they had to deceive you because they had some things going on in their world. And although they were sad about the relationship ending, they are not taking any responsibility for the actions and for the environment they created. Yeah, King of Swords. Your person knows that you're moving on towards someone else. They see you. There's a lot of swords here, okay? Swords are of the mind. You know, they're the intellect. They could also speak to, for some of you, telepathic communication. It could be the justice system. A number of reasons why there's a lot of swords here. I think that you had to act as jury for whatever happened here, whatever transpired here. Your partner sees you as cold, platonic, making a decision that you don't trust them, which you don't, and you didn't. There's a lot of elements of having to take a step back and think about your decision before you make it, which, you know, you're making a balanced decision because you're Libra. And you want the benefit of everyone involved. Your partner still wants to continue the relationship with you. You have two kings on the board. You have the King of Wands and the King of Swords. And what I think is happening is that your King of Wands here that you've been with is offering you something. They want to reconcile. They want to offer something romantic, but you're not going to go there until they take responsibility for what they did to you. They know that you're juggling two people. This situation is about to transform. It's no longer going to be 3, it's going to be 2. Here you are, Libra, with the justice. You want your justice in this situation. You want this person to realize what it is that they did here. And an offer is coming forward from two different people, a King of Wands and a King of Swords. I think that you're trying to figure out how you're going to go about doing this. Think you want long-term relationship and you're trying to find a balance. Your wish fulfillment is balance. You want balance. You want equality. You want someone who matches you. So you've had an aha moment. You've put these burdens down. You're not going to carry the weight for this relationship any longer. Excuse me. You're not going to carry. You see the difference in these two cards here? Someone's carrying the burden. Someone's conquered the burden. You see these sticks up here he's carrying. He can't even see where he's going. He's so overloaded. But here, the same person has decided to put their foot right on these burdens and to take up this wand of action back here. So you are not going to carry your partner's burdens anymore. You are moving forward. You've taken action of the situation, and this is the same wand. You see, this is the same wand. You're on your way to a new beginning. And you've walked away from this situation. You've walked away from toxicity. You've walked away from the deception. You're walking away from the false offers. You're walking away from the false beliefs, the false hopes, the false love. You knew that this wasn't going to be something that was going to work out. You knew it. You knew what your partner was doing. You just weren't speaking it. And you also know that there's somebody out here who matches you that is not this person. So things blew up. You had to kind of pack what you could and get out. But now you're healing. And again, this is the star card is Aquarius. You're done being victimized. Although the healing is coming slowly, you're done being victimized. And you're closing out that cycle. And you're moving toward your 10 of Cups, making a decision to close the cycle out and moving toward someone who's a lot less work. In other words, someone who's equally yoked with you, equally matched. So you've got forward movement. You're leaving your partner in the dust because number one, they've deceived you. And number two, they're not taking any responsibility for their part in creating these burdens, these issues in the relationship. Yeah, so you're gonna walk away from your partner. You're walking away from your partner. You're walking away from the heartbreak. You're going to a place where there's equal give and take. There's equality all over the board. Equal, 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 equal. You want that balance and that equality. You're working toward going to that. You're balancing yourself out, making your own decisions and making it happen. You're cleaning up. There may be communication from this partner here still, and it kind of triggers you. You're going to be a little bit triggered for a little bit. But you're waiting for your life to grow, and you're going to be going toward your abundance. You're going to be taking action this month, is what I'm saying to you. You are placing your judgment on the situation. You're like, yeah, this is a non-starter. I can't do this with you because you're a compulsive liar. You've run us into the dirt, and you're not taking any responsibility for that. You're expecting me to clean up your mess, and I'm no longer going to do that. So if you get yourself in a bind from now on, you're going to have to figure out how to get yourself out. I'm not going to be there anymore to, bail your ass out, basically. And I've got to move on with my own things because this is draining me. This is taking from me. This isn't balanced. This is out of whack. And you're not doing anything to try and prevent that from happening. What you do, your partner's not understanding that what they do directly affects you because you're in it together, okay? Your partner's not understanding their actions can affect you. So you're like, I'm done. I'm moving on. You're going to have to get your own self out of trouble. And here you are using your intuition, taking action, taking charge. You understand your worth, and you're moving forward. Some of you could be moving forward toward a Cancer. This isn't going to be easy to do. You're going to have to really, really work at it. You're going to have to stay on top of things to really do this. But what you're moving toward is a match for you. Also, in this situation, I don't think there was a lot of passion. There's a lot of swords. Things could have grown cold. Because you were continuously acting as this partner's parent, you were having to bail them out all the time. You were not able to be appreciated. You were needed, yes, but not in the right way. And you're not able to just be in love with this person because you're constantly having to come to the rescue. So you're on your new way to a new beginning. Of course, some of you could be going toward Aries and Taurus, but you're on your way to your equal partner, somebody who matches you. Okay, yes, you are beginning a new love relationship. It could be with a Gemini. It doesn't have to be. These are just the energies. You are on your way to a new partnership, someone who's equal. You see how these two are equals? You're on your way to new love relationship, which is going to bring you abundance. You're going to have your equal give and take. You're going to have your victory in this situation. You're going to go toward a nurturing person. You're no longer going to nurture and hold on to this situation and protect your assets or protect your, you have probably had to hide money from this person because they were constantly had their hand in the till. You probably had to hide things from this person. You could have had to hide your jewelry or your valuables or whatever, your heart, because they were taking. Instead, you're going to have someone give to you. You're going to have someone give passion and give back. It's going to be an equal exchange. I'm going to leave this in a reverse because you're no longer confused about the situation. You're no longer going to be confused in your partner's moving away. They're moving out. They're not happy about being single, but they understand that this was not a relationship in which could be built on because they were not right. They're moving on to something else as well. But they are going to constantly be holding on to something. And they're going fast and furious toward new relationships. So you're moving toward new relationship. Your partner's moving toward new relationship. They're moving toward a Two of Cups situation themselves, just like you are. But again, when it's brand new, it seems all great. But your partner, again, is going to repeat the same patterns. Once they've drank everything, taken everything, used up everything, it's going to be back out on the streets again, right? They're going to be back in the same position they were in, holding back from offering love and partnership and doing things together. So maybe you're triggered because you'll hear some communication about this partner moving on to someone else, okay? And it looks great. It looks wonderful on the onset. It looks, like a picture perfect thing. And why couldn't that have been us? Because look at all the work I put into this, right? But it's a facade. Okay, so you're going to be triggered for a little bit because of this information from your former partner. However, do not forget, a leopard does not change their spots. This person, in the beginning, it's going to look great. They're going to look like the perfect partner. You're going to look like dog trash, whatever. But it's not the case, okay? Because after a while, this partner is going to continue to repeat the same pattern, the very same pattern, and it's going to be rejection all over again, okay? They're going to be deceitful, man up, man down. They're going to be after what they can get, okay? And it's going to repeat the same pattern. And so this person will be like a serial relationship person. They'll go from one relationship sucking the life out of somebody into the next relationship, sucking the life out of them, and on and on and on it'll go because they're in it for themselves. So you made the right decision in moving on. You're going towards someone who's going to benefit you equally, who's going to be an equal partner who's going to take care of business, somebody you can build a life with. So I wouldn't sweat it. It's going to look real good in the beginning with this person, okay? Them, moving on. It's going to make you feel a little bit bad, but remember, people who don't take responsibility for what they do not change their pattern of behavior. It goes on and on and on. Give it some time. This one's going to fall apart too. In the meantime, you're going to meet your equal partner, your equal match, your lover. Someone who can match you intellectually, spiritually, who loves equally to you. Someone who can put money in the bank account, not continually drain it. So just remember, Libra, that's what you're going toward. You're going toward a perfect match from a person who drained you everything you had, okay? So let's get some oracle cards on it and kind of see where we're at on it. Reconciliation. I did have the King of Cups up here, and I had the Big Cup, but it could be that this person will try to get back with you. I did say earlier they were offering you something, but it's not significant. There is a strong magnetic attraction here. So for the person that you're going toward, there is a strong magnetic attraction because you're vibrating on the same wavelength. You're vibrating on the same frequency. And this could be someone from your past. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. When this person shows up, or if they're already here, whatever your scenario is, don't be held back by this ruinous relationship that you had before. Go forward after your healing and give it another go. Express that you're willing to have a new beginning. You're going to be separating from the partner you're currently with. But you're only going to attract the right kind of love by being the right kind of person. So, which you don't have a problem with, Libra. Your partner is the issue here. Anyway, your partner's codependent. They're kind of a narcissist. You're on your way to bigger and better things. Your finances and career. Your finances are an issue right now because you've had somebody drain you completely. Okay? Of everything. You're going to be building that back up. Because this person's no longer going to be draining it to the point where you can't build it back up. That's going to be over. You're going to meet your match. And it's safe for you to love. So, when this person comes into your energy field, allow them in. Because this person is going to be the one you're going to be with for the rest of your life. This joker over here is going to end up being like a bad dream. Learning experience for sure. And I think the learning experience is for you to understand to set boundaries for yourself, not to give everything so completely to someone that you forget yourself, right? So I think those are some of the lessons maybe you could be learning or will learn. Remember, the last half of October is going to be all about revelations from now until the end of Scorpio season. It's going to be about new beginnings. It's going to be about changes. For some of you, it may be drastic changes. So most of the reads the last half of this month have been about change and revelation and things like that. So those are the energies that you're going to experience moving forward into November. But sometimes the universe shakes things up so it can put it right back in the place that it's supposed to go. Financial and material changes, that's what you're experiencing currently. You need to concentrate on your root chakra, clear that out, feel supported, Think about your support group. Like, who are your friends that can support you? Who can you call on when you need to vent? Who can you call on when you need something? What's your support group look like? You're going to be going through some pretty big changes financially. So find out who those people are that you can rely on if you're in a bind. Make wise choices. Choose yourself. Stand up and take your power back and take back over your own foundation. You're the one running this shit, not the person who's draining it. It's you. Stand up and recognize and remember who you are and protect your foundation. Connect with the divine. You're being divinely guided through this to learn the lessons and get out of it so you can go on to the place that you're supposed to be in. So pay attention to guidance, synchronicities, any kind of synchronicities. It could be numbers. It could be names on a billboard. It could be, an article you read, you just came across one day about a narcissistic partner or whatever. Or what are the signs of a narcissist, or whatever it is for you. Pay attention to those things when they come into your energy field because they're being put there for a reason. You've become self-aware. You've become aware of the issue. You're going to become spiritually aware, and you're going to become aware that when you meet this person, that's the one. Speak your truth, though. Big changes. You got a lot of fives in here. So you got big changes coming your way, but pretty soon you're going to be celebrating because you're going to come into a new love relationship with someone who's going to be your equal counterpart. Do you see how they're both holding this bowl and they're both pouring the water out? Not one of them is, while the other one's sitting over there in a lawn chair smoking a cigar. You're both working toward solidity. You're both working toward financial stability. You're both working toward your foundation in the relationship. That is what you want to move toward. And that's coming for you pretty soon. So one more oracle and then we'll call it a day. And right behind this will be what's in their head and then the love and separation for the first half of November. To the sea. It's time to go and find yourself. A change in the wind. There's going to be chaos. Again, you're being called to count on your friends and your family and find your support system. This is talking about root chakra energy. Get it cleared out. Ground yourself. Think about how you're supported in your life and how things work out for you and how, you can make it happen to solidify your own foundation. You're fixing to come into a time, you're closing out cycles and you're going to be happy. Doesn't seem like it right now, but it won't be too far behind. So also one more thing, and here you are, Libra, right here. Oh, sorry, one more. Okay, there we go. I'll stop now. All right, now let's look at this. These are lessons that you're being faced with, right? Why? You need to ask why. Yes, is this person screwed up? 100%. But sometimes we have to ask ourselves why we attract those kind of people. Not because you've done anything wrong, but sometimes people are in our lives for us to learn lessons. They're in our lives for us to be able to fix ourselves. So you're being called to do a little investigative work, Libra, and say, why? What did I learn from this? How can I prevent this from happening in the future? What kind of pattern do I have that I need to tweak in order to not continue in destructive relationship patterns? You want fairness. Here you are, right here. This breaks down 2 and 11. Okay, you're about to come into a relationship that's going to be equal and give and take. So you're trying to balance things out, but remember, you're headed toward really good stuff. You got to co-create your environment. Again, this is another 4. You've got a lot of 5s and 4s in here. This is a number 4. This talks about being vigilant about your foundation and understanding that what you perceive is what you create. You are a co-creator with the universe. Do not be a victim of the fates. Co-create. Positive manifestation. Create what you want today. You have the power to do that. Be flexible about the changes that you're undergoing. Your abundance is going to return. But you also have a responsibility in making sure that you are tending to your own abundance and you're being responsible about it. You're closing out cycles and you're going into a new beautiful cycle. It's going to be everything you wanted. Equality, financial stability, on and on. You just have to get through the valley before you get there. So Libra, this is 30 minutes, but that's what I have for you for this last half of October. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys right back with what's in their head.